So guys, welcome back, and this time we are starting off at the Enderman farm I built last time. And as you can see, I have made some small changes to it, and so far it's doable, it's working, and it's noisy as hell. But yeah, it's working. That's the most important thing. We are getting loads of this lovely balls there. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Like that. So yeah, that's the first thing where we're starting off today, which I want to show you. But before we get on with today's task, which is to build a sugarcane farm, I'm gonna show you what I built in the meanwhile, because I've done just a little bit of different bits and bobs here and there. Some I actually think could be quite nice for you to see. So let's get over there and let's have a look at the first thing I have done since the last time is I actually finished off this wall. Which I said I will do a long time ago, and now it's done. And I like it. I think it's way better than the wood wall. And I like this diagonal wall here. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's looking cool. So yeah, that's in place, and that is wonderful to have done. The only thing is up there's missing this top bit, but that's nothing major. Small details, which will get done when we also build the towers up here. The next thing you probably can see is I have cleared out a lot of space here and planed out most of this area. Basically so we can work on next thing we need to do at some point, which is somewhere over here. And that is included to destroy some part of this here. Yeah. Destroy what we already built. But you know, that's for greater cause. That's a great cause. And Pete, get back here. I found a horse equipped saddle. When I called him Pete, you know, I just thought, that's Pete when I saw him. That's how that thing goes. And yeah. What we are going to build over here at some point is our storage facility, which is going to be a huge building here. What is smart with that building is that it will also be the access point to these different plateaus up here. So that's going to be some kind of organic build, which function as two things. First of all, it's the storage, and second of all, it's the movement around in the town. So we will have this little trim walkway up here over to the village breeder. So yeah, that's going to be awesome, and of course we're going to have the big castle over here and some shops going all the way around here, and I'm not sure what we're going to do in the middle. We will figure that out at some point. But the other thing I've done since last time, I added in this small kind of details around, and that was also one of the things which I said I will do when I finished the episode, and I hadn't the time to make that work, but now it's in place. It's a little bit different on the other side, but you know, it's not a point. It's a little bit of detail, just some small window to, you know, just to give a little bit of breaking up in the flat wall. So that's nice. So yeah, that has been a lot of work. There's been a lot of work, guys, since the last episode. So yeah, let's jump into the fray. For today's menu, guys, is this little wonderful bad boy. And as you can see, it's sugarcane. And we need a lot of sugarcane because, you know, we got a lot of villagers we need to breed, and we need to find our mending book, and we need to find them soon. So we're going to build this lovely little contraption. It's a mumbo jumbo contraption. I will try and put the link in the description in the episode where he built this. It's I think it's a 100% replica or something. It's his design anyway. So I will of course give the credit for him. It is his design. He needs to be credited for that. Make sure to check him out if you do not know him. And I need to ensure that mobs can spawn here, so we need leaves across here as well. Oh well. Like that. Anyway, guys, that's for today's task. And we are back here in the right world, and the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out where we want this big contraption to be, as it's a big machine. It's a big ship machine. It's, what is this? Is it 16 by 17 or something like that? I think I have calculated. I'm not sure if it's correct, but that's the size I want. And I think we should build it down under there somewhere. Basically, we don't want to have access to it when it's first up and running. We want it to be fully automatic, and we want to ensure that the items of it will automatically be moves out of the system and over to our place, so that we can basically just take a look on it now and then, but most of the time it's just working like a charm. So that's the main plan. And the first thing we need to do then is to mine out a little bit of space, and I think it is time for a little time lapse for that one. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. To be honest with you, it was pre-recorded. I have been at my parents' place for the last few days, and I hadn't had my headset with me at the start, so I thought, I'm not going to use that for that time lapse anyway. So I can do that. I can start off just by basically mining that out for a time lapse. So that's yeah, that was pre-recorded. You probably figured that out. But yeah, that's the space we need. It's 20 times 16, I believe. And the next thing on the to-do list is some resource gathering. You can see I got a little bit here. We need a little bit more slime blocks, so I will probably need to AFK a little bit over at the slime farm. We need a lot of leaves, because leaves are immovable objects for our slime blocks. So we need to farm a little bit of that, and you can see I have prepared a little bit up here. I haven't calculated the exact amount of how much we will need, but... And this is noisy as hell. It's just music. Master volume. Like that. Mucho granted. So yeah, I haven't calculated the exact amount, but I got a rough estimate. Whoops. And my shears broke. Let's just quickly make another. Don't I have anyone? I really need to get the sorting system up and running. You know, it's a shame this mess. Yeah. Let's just quickly do it like that. So that was for good. Like that. There we go. So yeah, we need to get a lot of resources, and the pistons should be fairly simple. There is each module contained one piston, and we need 8 modules. So that the pistons is quite simple. Then we need 8 times 8 of the slime blocks and of the what do you call it? The packed ice. And actually, the packed ice we need just a tiny bit more, because there's some packed ice where there isn't this slime box, so there's a little bit more of that. But otherwise, what we need some redstone. We got a lot of that, so that's no problem. And we got to pick up some repeaters. We need to craft a little bit of those. And what do we else need? What do we else? We of course need some sugarcane. We got a lot of down there, so that should be doable. And do we need a lot of other good stuff? Some hoppers, some pistons, some redstone blocks. Yeah, I think that's it. That should be doable for us. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of resource gathering we need to go into at the moment. One of the last thing I actually need is the slime balls. That's a bummer. Oh well, let's drop down below to have a look, whatever there should be something down there. Boop. None. Oh well, I'll just have to AFK a bit. We can work with that. Otherwise, what I need, I have picked up a lot of efficiencies because, yeah, this isn't particularly fancy, I must admit. So, yeah. Back to the nether to... No, that's a... brain fart. Back to the end to get a little bit of efficiency on our work tools, and this reminds me we need to do something about that at some point. It is ugly. This is ugly. But yeah, let me get the... Oh, that's in my inner chest, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I put in my... What do we have? We have it. There, we got it. Yeah, let me put up some... Whoops, wrong way. Some hours of... You know, what do you call it? You call that AFKing. That's the word I was looking for. Good morning, Sunday break. Oh yeah, let me get a little bit of a AFKing done so we can get up the last of the slime balls that we need. And that should be everything we need. More or less money. We need a little bit more slime blocks, but you know, I think we can manage just without that. Anyway, let's get started. Oh! We need the most important thing for this farm, the sugarcane. That should do it, you know. As you can see, we got the last sugarcane. I hope that's enough. It has to be. I got no more, so that's quite simple. Anyway, let's start with the first thing, and that should actually be to put in the trench in which the sugarcane should have their little final walkway through, or whatever you want to call it. And we want to put packed ice down here to make the whole thing even faster. And I do apologize if there's a little bit of noise in the background. My parents have now get out of bed, so there's a little bit of noise from them, and you know, that's doable. We can work with that. That's no problem at all. But now you know. Anyway, what we want to do is we want to place down our water source and say that's that. So that's the middle of that section over there, and then we want to put in our water there. And let's see, have I have not. That's bad. Let's just quickly do it like that. Nobody saw that. And the next thing we need to do is we need to put in the sugarcane, of course. And the good thing about having the water source in front here is, we don't need to put water anywhere else, as this is more than enough for the sugarcane to grow. So let's just quickly put it like that. And there. Like that. And as you can see, the items are steadily flowing through the system. Let's ship. There we go. Whoop, down to the end. And I haven't taken the sugarcane with me. That's just brilliant, you know. Let's quickly grab that, and let's grab some leaves as well. Sticky piston. And some slime blocks, because that's the next thing we need to use. What we then want to do, besides placing down the sugarcane, which we can start with, then we can, if we need more, we can always grow them on the way while we wait. So we want to place down our slime blocks at this height, but behind the sugarcane. So we need a row of leaves down here in the middle, like that. And we need it all the way down, just to ensure that there's no area in which the sugarcane can, and there we gotta have a problem. As you can see, we've got to remove like that. Otherwise the slimes will pull the stone, and yeah, that's what we... And let's just be smart about it, because I do not have enough of that. So let's just do it like that. Should do it. That will be pulled back and forth like that. And then we need to put in the rest of these lovely slimes like that. Our sticky piston behind it. Whoops. Let's just do it like that. And there we go. And that should more or less be that section done. Of course, it needs to be wired up. That's no secret. But let's just quickly put in the next section and a block again. Some slimes all the way down. Let's just put a block like that, a block like that, and a sticky piston facing that direction. And yeah, that's more or less that. So if we just fill in like this with leaves to ensure that the system is completely lossless, or at least that's the plan. That's the plan. If it works, I'm not sure, but it should work. It should work, because as you can see, there's nowhere the sugarcane can actually, you know, fall down. One thing though, let's just quickly put in some light over here to ensure, first of all, that there's no mobs spawning anywhere in the system, but also to ensure that, of course, we can ensure that the sugarcane actually will grow. I'm not sure if there's needing lights or not, but now we should be sure. Now we should be sure. And what was it we said we needed? Some, what do we call it? Some leaves across here? Yeah, maybe. But let me get the redstone part in so we got a full completed section. Be the whole redstone part done for this section. As you can see, it's not terribly complex. All that is important to know is we need a half slab there, because otherwise there will be some butt action going on, and yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. So basically, we could flick this button, and you should see that everything moves. Yeah, you can see. You can see. Shall we try? Okay, that's basically not doable. Let's quickly grab that button. Move that. Put it. Come on, like that. Do it like this. There we go. Now we can test it and actually see if this works. And yeah. As you can see, all the way down. And no blocks which should move are moving, so that's wonderful. Anyway, we need to put at least one other module at top of this place, and that should be fairly interesting. So what we need to do, we need to put in where our water will go, and as far as I remember, that is at this height. And we need, you know, all the way down. Like that. And then we of course need our half slab there. As we know, the water will stop at that point. Then we put in our dirt for our sugarcane. And again, all the way down. Like that. That's wonderful, that's wonderful. Then we put in a sea lantern, and that is not a sea lantern, that is a glowstone. And we put it in, let's see, is it there we want it? And then we want leaves all the way down here. And where is that point? That is there. So we definitely don't want that there. We want it to be like that, to ensure that no blocks, no sugarcane will end anywhere else. And the next step we want to do is of course add in the light over here. Whoops, don't want you there. Move like that. Now we just basically need to put in this slime box, the sticky pistons, and a little bit of redstone. The whole top section is actually done at the moment, but I think that I have managed to build it one block too high. Yep. As you can see, this block the trench could actually be here with no problem at all. So, yeah, but you know what? It's no big problem. That's not gonna cause any issue, I think. That time will tell. So, anyway, we got slime blocks in, we got the redstone in, we got everything in. So that section down there is done. This section is done. That one. Now we just need to repeat that 3 more times, and I have done another derp. I have only calculated with half the amount of things I need. I have used 4 pistons, for example, and I have calculated with a need of 8. That will only give me 1 more these areas. So that's not doable. That is definitely not doable. So yeah, I need to get a little bit of resources. But yeah, let me get started working on this bad boy so we can get it to see it in action. That is going to be amazing. A little quick progress update for you guys. As you can see, we got most of the bottom layer installed. We just need the simple slime blocks over here, and that should be everything done for that. Of course, we need the final wiring done, but that's smaller thing, and then we need the collection system and the hopper clock and such minor details. But yeah, things are coming along just nicely. But at the moment, I will just have to gather up just a little bit more resources. So that should be fairly interesting, because that's gonna take quite some time to get all of that slime. But yeah, that's how that is. But let me get started on it, and I will meet you when we are, I hope, more or less done actually. But just a quick one before we move on to our next little part of this, which is my gathering resource. Let's test it out. Did you see that? Oh, that is wonderful. And I haven't seen any kind of sugarcane get caught anywhere in the system. Can't see any sugarcane anywhere. No. This is wonderful. Let's see. Got a little bit there. We got some over here. Lovely. Then do we have just anything down there? We do. Interesting. So this is coming along just nicely. So yeah, let me grab. What did we got? We got 16 or something like that. Let me grab a little bit of slime blocks and a little bit of sticky pistons and all of the other bits and bobs we need to finish this thing off. Will you look at that? So far we have more or less completed the whole thing, except for those goddamn slime blocks. I can't get enough, and yeah, we need think about a stack more, but you know, they're quite expensive. We need a lot of slime to make that work. So yeah, we need to take a little bit of time for that. But besides that, everything should actually be up and running at the moment. We got this little torch tower bringing up the signal from our outtro hopper clock beneath down. It isn't the prettiest way around, but you know, it's not important. We're not going to stay down here too long. Can we? Let's do it like that then. There we go. Much better. Yeah, we got an outtro hopper clock over here, and let's fire this bad boy up and let's see if it works. That's the that's the important part. And to be fair honest, I'm not sure. Let's just ensure we got nothing in there. That's good. Is a stack enough? I don't know. Let's try a stack for a start. We can break that, and we can break that because that's not diorite. And let's go. There we go. So now the system is active, and we need to see if whatever these pistons will actually move as they should. And if they don't, I'm puzzled. That must be my response. I basically don't know what to do then. But let's see. It should be in a minute now. There we go. Yeah, they're definitely having something there. I lagged out. Oh well, the system is working. So far so good. We just need the stupid slime blocks, but yeah, I think that should be something I pick out on here and there when I got the time, because that will require a lot of time. But yeah, we got this working. That's nice. That's really, really, really nice, I would say. Basically, we are now more or less self-sufficient with our lovely sugarcane, so we can get all the good books from all of our villages, and 27 sugarcane for one push. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. So yeah, that's all for today. Actually, I'm not sure it took that far. Whoa, like. Oh well. But yeah, sometimes it's just a nice little episode, so that's fine. And we, of course, will put down this. Come on, there we go. We'll hook down this line somewhere out in the future, down to our central storage system. But of course, we need to build that first before we can hook them up together. So yeah, let's just close this off for now and say that was it. So let's see. Do I have any dirt on me? Of course I do not. Let's quickly grab that. And there we go. There we go. Good. And put that in. And nobody would even know that we got a little machine running down there. Except for when it's running and creating a lot of lag. Wonderful. Anyway guys, that was all for me today. So thank you for coming by. Thank you for joining. And I will see you sooner or later.